Hi Capricorn, this is Lee at Fresh Astrology, and we are looking at 2019. This is just a sneak peek. It's not meant to be comprehensive, but I like to, with my clients, certainly look out over a longer time horizon. I had recorded a set of these the other day and was posting them yesterday, and realized in my focus is going to be Jupiter and its movement into Capricorn, but of course Jupiter will move through Sagittarius in 2019. It will be moving through Sagittarius, which I don't want to leave out poor Sagittarius or the fire signs or anybody who's looking forward to Jupiter in Sagittarius in a certain area of the chart for money or relationships. We don't want to just skip over that, but this was meant to be a sneak peek and very like a little portion of the forecast. And the bigger story, I do believe, even though Sagittarius will hold Jupiter's energy for much of the year, it's really building up to the movement of Jupiter into Capricorn. So for you, Capricorn, this is going to be a big year, even though you begin the year with Jupiter in the 12th house, kind of hidden. But it's also, it tends to, even though its energies are hidden and you may find you're in a bit of a holding pattern through the beginning of the year, what happens later in the year is huge. For everybody, there's something going on. But for you personally, since you're already holding the energy of Pluto and Saturn and have been in a major transformation, the entrance of Jupiter later in the year is big. Jupiter itself is expansive and big, and to have it come into your sign to join these other two heavy-hitting planet energies is major. And so my best advice to you is to really hang in there with whatever it is you're doing. I think you're going to actually feel good with Jupiter in the 12th house. People, no matter what's going on, there's just this internal support for your emotional life that keeps you going, even though things can seem bleak or not necessarily bleak, but in some cases, for some Capricorns, they will seem bleak. For the vast majority of you, whatever's going on in your life is going on, and Jupiter just kind of holds you and keeps you going until this big moment toward the end of the year when things really happen for you. And it's hard to say what it is, but it has to do with the 10-year transformation you've been going through and what has been the result of that. What has come of that? What have you done to grow your life over the last 10 years? As Jupiter comes into your sign, whatever you've been growing becomes, the soil that you've created and prepared, the plants, the seeds you put in, metaphorically. What have you grown in your life? And there is a big moment later in the year when some major things come to fruition, and then you get all this luck of Jupiter coming in and helping you. I think it has a lot to do with the way you see the world, the way you think, how you've chosen to use your ability to heal others. It also has a lot to do with your communication skills, refining and honing how you communicate, how you think, so that you can best help yourself and others, and do this in a way that's clear and where your message hits, whatever message you're trying to get across. Depends on your profession or what you're trying to accomplish in your life. But this is a time when so many things start to happen at once, and it's just going to depend on the Capricorn. But this is kind of like, it's a major reset. It's like a rebirth that happens later in the year in 2019, and you're preparing for it all year. The best preparation has to do, again, with working on the mind, how you think, training yourself to, I would, in my world, in the coaching world, training yourself to notice your negative thoughts, training yourself to reframe, noticing your connection to your spiritual side, and your connection to whatever's larger than you, you know, nature, the planet, the universe, however you think of that in your own philosophical underpinnings. But kind of connecting with yourself, noticing your patterns, seeing and being aware of how you connect to the larger whole, and maybe noticing that you're not disconnected, that you are a large of the part of the whole, the large, you are a part of the larger whole. Yes. You do a lot of these and you just say funny things. Anyway, I'm trying to think, what else can we add here? I do think there's a move in the offing for you. We've discussed this before, but you will be moving. So there's so much changing in your world all at once. But I think you're one of the signs where you'll start to see your future in a whole new way. Especially by the end of the year, you're really going to be able to see how the last 10 years have led you to here. You know, your mistakes, your good decisions, how everything's led to this moment. And usually with Jupiter, it's going to be quite lucky. So I'm excited for you. So if you would like a reading, I don't know if I said this before, you can find me at www.freshastrology.com. If you want to join our tribe community, you can go to www.tribetripsandretreats.com. Our core mission over at Tribe is to support and guide and create community for women in midlife who are reinventing and perhaps doing that through becoming entrepreneurs. And so that's our core mission. We have found that people who fall outside that rubric have joined us, and we are happy for that. Anybody is welcome. If you feel called to join our community, do so. But that is our core mission. The only thing we do with that mailing list is we send out a Tuesday email called Tribe Tips, and Mimi, my business partner, writes those. They're just from her heart. It's what's going on in her life and how she's thinking about it, and it's just a part of, she's building community with you. And I have nothing to do with that newsletter. She writes that, but it's lovely. She gets lots of good feedback. So come join us. All right, take care.